Welcome back, traders, and we're going to be taking a look at a completely maxed out team. We're talking level 50 for everything all around here. So my secret weapon was going to be this Gyarados 100% IV. I've had this for quite some time, so obviously I had to use that Elite Charge TM to get Aqua Tail on it because it was already a Gyarados. And this morning, as you've seen for that first battle, I was encountering Legends left and right because, as you may know if you do follow me, we are getting very close to ranking up, as you're going to see here in a bit. And I was having Legends dodging me left and right and left and right. I mean, I didn't realize I was such a threat over here for people to be dodging me. Last I heard on Twitter from these people, I was complete garbage. So I just found it kind of funny that some of these people are backing out. You know, I can't lump all of Legends into one category of these specific types of people. So we're not going to go down that route too deep, but kind of interesting. Yeah, so they were basically, the game was just throwing Legends after Legends at me, and we were handling it. We went in there and cleaned up house very nicely. That's right, we're going to go 5-0, go 4-1. We're going to be right on the cusp of winning that Legend rank. You're going to see what happens here. Well, at least we're going to discuss it. So, yeah, loving this team. It was incredible. So the battles that we are actually looking at, not right now, but in a minute, these ones were actually from today, this morning. Then I also did save my battles from yesterday, like I said, because we did gain a bunch of points with this team right here, the Shadow Machamp, Gyarados, and Roserade, all level 50 here. Of course, the Shadow Machamp is just phenomenal and the most expensive one because it is Shadow. And it put in work. There was no way I was going to reveal exactly what this team was until I potentially did hit this rank, so people would not know what I was going to be using. We've showcased the Shadow Machamp with Roserade at the same time, but one Pokemon can make all of a difference if they don't know exactly what you're running, and that was going to be Gyarados here. So looking pretty good. Now the reason why I'm showing this here is because, well, Go Battle League has just transitioned into Great Ultra League, Ultra Premier, and Master League. So Master Premier has now disappeared, as well as the Love Cup. Yeah, you would think the Love Cup would continue on a little bit longer, but I don't really care whatsoever for that. But anyways, with that said, loving this team. We, did great here. Now, I'll just get into it before we get into the commentary, because we've got a 40-minute video of battles here. So basically, we were doing great. And if there's that argument, well, the higher you get up, the harder people are going to become as far as the skill-wise. That's obviously true. But we were getting all those Legends before we got to the very, very tippy top. And once we did get to that tippy top where we just needed a couple more battles, it just started throwing experts at me. And I just found that pretty interesting because, yes, the higher you do get up, the more skilled the players are going to become. But yeah, I just found that kind of odd there. So it's not like we were... Not to say that the experts aren't as good as the Legends, but, Legends have become Legends. So, naturally would think that. But at the same time, we can't say that because look at the position we're in ourselves. Making all these different videos using whack Pokemon, changing up our team comp all the time, and that inconsistency really does hinder your GBL score, especially when you're using weird teams, right? So, who am I to say that a expert is lesser than a Legend or whatever ranks? Okay, anyways, with that said, let's see what we have going on here. We just tanked afterwards. We went 0-5 and then 1-4, and it happened. I can get into all the nitty gritty. I will say we ran into some complications, one being where I needed literally one more stinking win, needed to go in with my Roserade, and we would have been able to take this battle. Tapped on Roserade and it goes in with Machamp. I know, it's like, oh yeah, okay, Poke, you're almost there, and then you gotta make some excuses like, I'm just telling you what happened. Right, anyways, let's go ahead and see what we have going on and get into the full commentary here. So we're doubling up on this Machamp here with our Shadow up against their Shadow, swapping into Roserade instantaneously, and gonna go ahead and go for that Weather Ball here to take out that Machamp, not giving it any chance to do anything. They do have that Swampert back there. We're gonna go ahead and go for the Sludge Bomb. Yeah, it's not very effective, but it is going to be more effective than going for a Weather Ball that does not get stabbed and is also resisted. Sludge Bomb is going to be resisted by the Swampert because of the ground typing, and they're able to get to a charge move here. But we're going to be able to come out with a clean win. After this, Machamp does come back in, and they didn't even see our Gyarados. Let's go. That was a legend. Awesome. Into the next battle here. Let's see what we're going to be met with this time. It is going to be an Excadrill. These things were popping up like crazy, and this team, I'm just going to let you know, is going to be good whenever we do get the Ultra Premier team or league back to use. So, yeah, I love this team. Was great. Also, another signature team that I did make was that Haxorus, Shadow Snorlax or regular Snorlax, and Metagross. It is a killer. Helps some people even get to rank 10. So, continuing on here with the Dragon Breath. This Gyarados, okay, now, maybe it's just me spacing it out, but I wasn't realizing how many, pretty much almost everybody's got these level 50 Pokemon in Ultra Premier. Like, for a while, I wasn't paying attention to the CP. I'm like, why are these Pokemon so bulky? And why are they hitting so hard? Duh. Everybody's got level 50s over here. Like I said, however they obtain them is not my concern. I mean, we can't just start guessing like that. Although, some things are suspicious, nothing in this video, like, say, for instance, somebody having a full team of Shundo, level 50, Pokemon that are hard to even obtain candy for. Okay, but, maybe, you know, some things need to be fixed in the future, but it is what it is. Anyways, going in here with the Roserade, they're hitting us with that Rock Slide, letting it go through. And we're going to go ahead and go for that Weather Ball onto that Excadrill, doing super effective damage, but not quite enough. When we said letting it go through, we had no more shields. Okay. So this is obviously going to take us out here. Going to go ahead and go in here with Machamp, farm it down, building up some energy. In comes the Swampert, and we're actually able to hit this Cross Chop, which is absolutely amazing. And they do back out before we're actually able to land that and taking the win. We were on fire, folks. I was very excited. I was shaking when I'm not going to say what time of day I was doing this, but nonetheless, it was great. We had that nice run, that 5-0, and I was thinking to myself, this is it. This is freaking it. And then we went then we went, I think it was 3-2, and then 4-1, and then after that was 0-5, and then 1-4. You know, I wasn't as upset as you would think I was, because we still have until the 22nd. FYI, if you're trying to hit Legend rank, you're not going to have up until the end of the season, because once we do get the Kanto Cup on the 22nd, you're not going to be able to gain score. I don't know what the heck is up with that, but we had a long season anyway, so I really don't think there's too much to complain about regarding that. But anyways, about the Gyarados here. Was it a good investment? Absolutely. I mean, it's a 100 Gyarados. It has a Mega Evolution. I haven't Mega Evolved it yet. I was planning something. If I hit Legend rank at the end, I was going to Mega Evolve it, even though I wasn't going to use it because it helped me get there. But the biggest contributor, there is no one biggest contributor. Maybe throughout these videos, you can have an understanding on who really put in more effort for the battle or what was really pulling forward as more useful and helpful for the team. But they all work as a unit. Sure, some do better than others in certain situations, or maybe even specifically one Pokemon on my team is going to be looking like it's doing better throughout the video, but they all play in unison and they all do their part. But I will say, got another 5-0. I will say that, like I said, these are from multiple days, like from yesterday and today, that the Roserade is just, it's so amazing. Like, it is phenomenal. You need Bullet Seed and you need Weather Ball, period. As far as that third move, though, it's really kind of up in the air. Honestly, with my experience, which one's better? I haven't used Grass Knot yet. But I can tell you that, you know, I could still have a good understanding on how well it would perform. We've used Dazzling Gleam, great success with that, one-shotting things all over the place. Because of the fighters and the dragons and even neutral damage to some things, it just does a lot, no stab. But with the Sludge Bomb, you're getting stabs doing a lot of damage. It is going to be resisted by the steel in the ground. You potentially rock, but if you have rock, you're usually going to get the ground along with it. So basically, this Garchomp is resisting everything that I have because of the fire. It's resisted by the dragon. The ground is resisted by the poison. So basically, we're just going to do as much damage as we can before we do go down here, and that's pretty good. We had Dazzling Gleam. It's not a one-shot at full health onto a Garchomp, but it sure is a lot of damage. Now, I was really contemplating what I wanted to run on my Gyarados here as we continue to talk about this team. We'll get back into the commentary here in a bit. And I figured, all right, we have 11. I do believe we had like 11 elite charge TMs, so we're not kind of short on that. We can go ahead and use it, but let's not be, just wasting them. I figured this would be a good investment. Level 50, let's go. If I ever want to use Gyarados as a pure water type attacker, Hydro Pump is going to be better, and we can just simply TM away Crunch and put Hydro Pump and then go back to Crunch later when we need to PvP. Simple as that. I was also contemplating running Waterfall, Outrage, and Crunch. Even Twister. But I was like, nah, Twister's not going to be putting us in a too good of a position here. So we'll go ahead and stick with the old classic moves. Now, if you go with Waterfall, you definitely want to go with an Outrage Crunch combo. That's just, what you would typically want to run, giving your coverage split up options as opposed to having 2 water moves. But anyways, looking good. As far as the Machamp payback, again, can be good, but I just didn't see using it with the combination that I did have for this team. Cross Chop and Rock Slide are going to be doing much better for me. All right, let's get back into it. As they go into that Magnezone, we're going to be in here with our Roserade, looking fantastic. We can let anything go through. The mirror shots, neutral damage, but not doing that much. They did not get the attack debuff. If they go for the Wild Charge, it will be lowering their defense, and it is also not very effective. It's going to be doing a lot more damage than the mirror shot, though, but with a risk. So they're going to be going in here with the Dragonite and getting off a Dragon Claw to take us out in a shieldless battle here. Going to be going in with Gyarados, and that thing doesn't have much health. We're going to simply farm it down. There is no point to throwing that. In comes their own Gyarados, and I'm thinking, I don't know about this. This is not looking too good for us here because, well, this is our last Pokemon. If we can take them out here with an extra couple of Dragon Breaths, I think we can pull this off. Oh, or maybe this is Aqua Tail. That was way too quick. Yeah, Aqua Tail surviving. Can we take out the Dragonite? Oh, baby. Let's go. Taking the win. That was a nervous battle there. Into the next one, we're met with a Swampert here. Now, yep, they're swapping. Fantastic. Now, we could have technically stayed there, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and swap into our Gyarados. Now, Gyarados does have one of the best matchups going up against Swampert, so maybe we could have swapped into Machamp here, but hey, this thing is going to be massively resisting the moves. Well, not mass. It's got a single resistance there with the water type because of the Meteor Mash is steel, and then the Earthquake, potentially what they have is resisted because we're flying. So Gyarados is looking great, and then we do have that Crunch. Unfortunately, Dragon Breath's not doing too much here, but it is what it is. Don't think we're going to be able to farm down here. We could have maybe went for that Aqua Tail, but that's perfectly fine. Now, what this is going to do for us is give us a little bit of farm. Now, I think we want to go with the Roserade because that's quite a bit of farm, but they're going to be instantly swapping. They don't want us to get any farm. They know better. Going to go ahead and throw this Sludge Bomb here onto the Gyarados, and they're still holding on to one shield. Same with us here. So we don't really need to worry about the Aqua Tail, but a Crunch will hurt, and it is an Aqua Tail. Fantastic. Getting to another Sludge Bomb here. If we get the shield, I think it doesn't matter. After we get this off, we need to swap regardless. All right, so we're going to swap instantly into that, I was going to say Machamp, into that Metagross, and then they do have that Swampert there. So we're just going to go ahead and do as much damage as we can, and we're looking pretty good. They're going to be forced to use that shield. Well, they could have preserved their health. This is their last Pokemon. Shadow Machamp really does dig in, and it is kind of intimidating. It makes you want to use the shields. So we do get that first shield, which is great. The Roserade in the back is simply going to be able to clean up. They're going Sludge Wave, not bad. Doing a lot of damage, but at this point they do back out, and we're taking the win there. Fantastic. On to the next battle. We're about halfway through this video here, and we're met with a Gyarados. Don't like this lead. Don't like this lead at all, but we're going to stay in here for now. We're going to go ahead and go with that Sludge Bomb. And we're getting a shield out of them, which is pretty good. We're going to go ahead and swap into our own Gyarados, and they're going to go ahead and go into their Snorlax here. So this level 50, 100% IV Gyarados is absolutely incredible. Like, phenomenal. The thing is just a beast. And if you're wondering, well, how did I get the candies? Magikarp's been out for quite some time, and as you know, I do grind quite a bit. We do have a kind of a water biome here, and there was Community Day. There's been events after events with Magikarp. They're everywhere. That's simply how. And I am still stacked on XL candies for both the Roserade and the Machamp. So yeah, it just gives you a perspective on how much candy we're collecting over here. So looking good. They're coming in here with their own Gyarados. We're absolutely going to let this go through. There's no way in heck we're going to be shielding that up. Going to go ahead and go in here with the Roserade. They're not quite low enough for us to be comfortable to go in there with our Machamp quite yet, even though it can hit them with the Rock Slide. It is going to take a minute to get there. We're going to go ahead and go with that Sludge Bomb. And we are getting no shield, which is great. Swapping into our Machamp because they were in range of Farm Down, and we're going to start building up that energy. They're going to be going into that Swampert here, and this is pretty much a GG. Yeah, we're looking good. Once you start building up that energy on Machamp, if they don't have a Togekiss, you're going to be looking pretty good. Even if you have good energy and you have enough to get off a Rock Slide, and their shields are down, you get a Rock Slide connected to that Togekiss, it's not doing enough. It's going to hurt it. What will do enough would be Stone Edge if you do have one of those on your Shadow Machamp. Actually, contemplating doing that. Maybe we'll have to do it in the future. We'll have to see. Anyways, into the next battle here. We're going to be met with a Metagross, and yes, I love this matchup here. So they've gotten a little bit wiser or more understanding of how this matchup does work. As a whole, I would assume, because when I first started using Roserade, people were shielding up the Weather Ball first thing. Now they let it go through. They know they can take it. Oh, that's not too big of a threat. But the thing about the matchup with Roserade to Metagross is we're going to be able to outpace it regarding the charge moves here. So it's still a winning situation for us. Unless they wanted to use up all their shields, they're still going to lose. I think they may bring us pretty low with that Bullet Punch. But anyways, we're swapping into a Machamp so we can start building up energy here. Going to go just straight for the Rock Slide. I don't even care right now. And fantastic. They have one shield left. Now at this point, oh man, they didn't throw their energy. So this is great. They're going to not want to, waste all that energy. Look at that. We're getting that shield. I think we may want to shield this up. Yeah, and farm that thing down. Machamp, go to town. We got an Excadrill in the back. Let's go. I love my Shadow Machamp going up against one of those little mouses. It is so fun. And Excadrill is great. I'm not by any means. I'm just talking a little fun crap talk over here. 5-0. Let's go. This is incredible. We're just pulling these wins. You know, where's the legend ring? Some people just have to go against the current. Some people just have to say things. I explained it, and I'm not going to be showing you the 5-0 or the 0-5. All right. Moving it on to the next battle. You already know what we're going to be leading with. That Roserade, and we're met with a Togekiss. And this is one of those moments where I'm like, yeah, puts a smile on my face. This is already a good start. All right, so we're getting a shield out of him. I think this trainer does something pretty extraordinarily special. So they're letting it go through. Never mind, this is not the one. Basically what happened... Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to tell you guys. Sorry. I'm not going to tell you the strategy that this other trainer did to do something. Because I don't want people to know. So they're going to be swapping into that Gyarados. And unfortunately, we're not able to get to the Sludge Bomb. So we're going to go into our own Gyarados. We could have even got off a Weather Ball to just do anything at all. And expecting a crunch. There we go. We did not shield it. We don't really want to waste too many shields right now. We may get a shield out of them, and there's their last shield. Okay, that's not bad at all. This is definitely going to be an Aqua Tail, so we're going to go ahead and let that go through and swap into our Machamp. They're going into their Swampert here. Now, things are getting a little interesting. Let's see how this does play out. That Swampert is going to be able to spam us pretty fast with that Hydro Cannon, as well as hurting pretty badly. So we're going to go ahead and shield that up, using our last shield ourselves, and getting to another Cross Chop, just crossing my fingers that this is going to be enough. I don't think it is, though. And it is barely enough. In comes the Gyarados, and I'm more than likely expecting an Aqua Tail. I mean, why would they go Crunch? Not very effective, right? And please, I think I go Rock Slide. It's the last Pokemon. It doesn't really matter. Let's make our little big exit and taking the win with our Shadow Machamp. Cheer! Into the next battle, we're met with a God tier. Let's go. That's sarcasm, right? Like I said, I can't bunch up all the legends into one category because that's not fair. Anyways, we're going to go for that Sludge Bomb. They're letting it go through. Great. I mean, I don't know how much more I have to prove myself beating all these legends. It's just like, yeah. They're, I don't want to get into the algorithm talk. Had a discussion with somebody. a good discussion. Somebody who thinks that there's not an algorithm, and that's fine. And we had a normal discussion behind closed doors, not in person, like just privately talking. And as simple as that. They explained to me things, and I was, having a reasonable response. Like, I can't be over here sitting like, if you don't agree with me, I'll just forget you and I don't want to talk to you. What kind of a person is that, It's not who I seem to be on Twitter all the time with the posts that you see me doing. But anyways, had a discussion, and maybe we should curve away from talking about all the algorithms so much, here and there. Let's talk about how we could potentially make a comeback, how we could have potentially won that battle, or, what we could have done differently. And I'm not talking about, if I would have done this, I could have won. Not with that attitude. Like, okay, let's just talk about highlights here. What could have we done to flip that battle? Everything, hindsight's 2020. We could have changed everything if we wanted. We could see the future and then go back to the past. Duh. But it's okay to talk about how to improve. But what I'm going with this is sometimes, no matter how good you are, you just can't come back from a hard team comp. That's, pitted against yours. Simple as that. But with that said, let's just continue on here and see what we have. Going to go ahead and go for another cross chop on this Shadow Machamp here. Fantastic. And so close. Don't remember if I actually want to use a shield here. I think I may, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and shield that up, and they're swapping. Okay, so the reason why I decided to use the shield on the Machamp, one, we were in a decent position, and two, they shielded up their Machamp, indicating to me there was something back there that didn't really want to see my Machamp, and there it was. It was that Excadrill. Going to go ahead and throw in our Roserade. I was trying to maybe get energy out of them. I wasn't counting correctly. Or maybe they were just holding off, but they're going for that Rock Slide. That's not too good for us, and we're going to be able to get to an Aqua Tail here. Now, the fun part about this is the fact that they're going to have to throw energy. They don't, because we'll get into that charge move and taking them out and taking the win. Let's get it. Fantastic. Into the next battle here, folks. What do we have going on? We're going to see a... Oh, what do you know? And it is a... That's not a Hundo. That's not a Shundo. It is a good IV, though, and it's perfectly normal. I mean, we can't... Just because somebody has a shiny level 50 that has good IVs, or even 100, we can't just say, oh, cheater. We've had community days for this Pokemon, right? So, and even Roselia, I should say, was a very available Pokemon. He included it in eggs as well. So, Badoo, right? Anyways, we are going to go ahead and throw this. Now, if you do have a 100 against another 100, you're like, well, how does that CMP work? In this case here, I'm just going to assume I have better attack. I'm assuming that their IVs and attack are lower, so we can take that CMP, charge move priority. But basically, if your 100% is versus another 100%, and they're both the same level, 50, let's just say 50, it's random. It's a random deal. So what you have to do to try to combat that is potentially sneak in an extra quick move. But some quick moves, you really can't sneak in an extra quick move most of the time. It's only for certain cases. So it's a little difficult. So basically, you just gotta have to hit that charge move as soon as possible, or build up to 2, or just try to sneak in a quick move. But anyway, up against Machamp, going for cross chop, taking down our Gyarados. Going to go ahead and go in here with our own Machamp, farming down, getting a little brave, hitting that cross chop instantaneously, and we're going to be taking the whim on that. Taking the whim on that Swampert. And it was a Snorlax. All right, into the next battle here. As you can see, it's changing from night to day. Over the course of a couple of days here. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Sludge Bomb. We have another great lead. Do they want to shield, letting it go through? Fine by me. And getting to a Weather Ball. This is normal. They did not farm extra. This is how it works. So basically, they have to shield that up. Our quick move's really not doing much. They had a quick move. I don't know what they were doing. Honestly, maybe they couldn't hit it. Maybe they were trying to do some swap. But they definitely had one there. So they're going to be going into Magnezone, and at this point, they must have messed up. They probably, or maybe were trying to catch a charge move, or whatever the case may be. Maybe couldn't hit the charge move. But that was clearly, they definitely had something going on. But anyways, into the next battle, and we're met with another Chef's Togekiss. Let's go. And we're going to go ahead and go for that Sludge Bomb here. And we're getting it through. Usually gets through there. And we're going to go ahead and hit that Weather Ball. Now, I hope they do shield so you can see that they are, in fact, going to get to a charge move. All right, great. So they will right now. Perfect. More than likely Ancient Power or Aerial Ace. There it is. I would have done decent damage. It wouldn't have KO'd though, but the following charms may have taken us out. We're in a good position. There's no way we're not going to shield. Coming out of this with a win, in comes the Gyarados, and we're able to get to the Sludge Bomb. That's absolutely beautiful. That is so good. This is going to do a lot of damage here. Fantastic. Bringing them into the yellow. So we're going to go ahead and go in with our own Gyarados, of course, because they're going to be forced to build up all the way to Crunch. And yeah, at this point, I think we can farm down. Please tell me I farm. I hit the Aqua. I get a little nervous. I don't want to lose too much health here. That's fine. We still have energy. And they're going to be going in with a Machamp. Now, this is great. It's not the worst around because, well, they're still going to take decent damage from that Aqua Tail while we resist the quick move, and it's not Shadow. So we're going to be instantly swapping to our own Machamp so they can't get some sort of massive advantage here. We could have stayed in there with our Gyarados, but we're going to go ahead and just go in here with our Machamp, take care of business here. Going to go for that cross chop, getting their last shield. We have no more shields up. They can't take us out in one shot at this point here. If they had maybe close combat, maybe they back out as they have 1 HP. It's a good game, I guess. Well, a good game. Good game. It's fine. It's a good game always, for the most part, right? And we're met with a Swampert, and this is good for us. Sludge Wave's going to hurt. Earthquake is also going to hurt. They're swapping into Togekiss, and this is where I did not make my mistake. I held my ground, and I was thinking, there's no point in swapping. Let's just stay here, and not only stay here, we're going to build the extra energy, because Gyarados will handle the Swampert. Machamp will even handle the Swampert, but more so Gyarados, right? Roserade, ironically enough, is not even going to be able to technically take out the Swampert like we would want it to, because its charge moves are all resisted. Quick Move is doing a decent amount of damage, not the best round, super effective, but it is one of the worst damage outputting quick moves. Anyway, swapping into our Gyarados, taking a crunch to the face, still holding on to 2 of our shields. So they're swapping into Swampert, and I said, hey, that sounds good to me, buddy. So they're going to be going in here expecting a Sludge Wave. I think we actually get baited here. Yep, we're getting baited. That's perfectly fine, and now we're expecting that Sludge Wave. But we're going to go ahead and get this Aqua Tail off before they do that. We're getting a shield because they do not want to go down before they do get this off. Will the Sludge Wave KO? Not quite. Gyarados is a boss. Now, it's pretty funny because this Gyarados is from 2016, back in August or September, I do believe. So pretty old Gyarados. Had it for quite some time, and I'm really happy about it. It's unfortunately not the first Gyarados I've powered up. I have another one that's, I believe, a 98 or so. But we're going to obviously go with the 100 here. Taking the win with the Machamp. Fantastic. So if you're wondering, whoa, Poke, you're starting to come out with the longer videos again. What's going on? Well, if you did not hear, actually, my phone was cluttered with all kinds of old video footage, voice recordings from my commentary that I do, random images and videos that I wasn't using anymore. Yes, I know how to use my phone. Okay. But there was this weird, like, you have your storage for your photos and your videos on the Samsung Galaxy S10. And if you delete something, it goes into the trash. And then you empty that. And then now it's definitely gone for good. And I knew about that. I would delete it and then delete it again if I didn't want it, in case, I don't want to clutter up my stuff. Obviously, when you're done, you delete it. But there was like another storage. For some reason, I went through and I deleted a ton of stuff once. And then it started accumulating into this random folder that I was not seeing, simply because I didn't scroll about an inch down when I went into my folder settings, and it was all there. It was like trash that you do not need. And when I saw that, I was thinking to myself, what the heck is this? Like, what is this? This is like literally 50 gigs. Why is there 50 gigs of trash? So I deleted it, and my phone is clear. Now I can come out with longer videos again. It was so weird. I was trying to pinpoint it. I thought it was an app that continuously was downloading some data or just information or just putting things into my phone. But no, it wasn't that. Anyways, there you go. I know you guys may like these random little stories. We don't need to go commentary full for 40 minutes all the time. We have a Togekiss. This is not good. Not good, but we are level 50, so at least we're going to have the edge and be able to spam Aqua Tails to some degree. Man, this thing is amazing. So happy it was able to get Aqua Tail for its community day. Before, it couldn't really go up against a Togekiss. Like, basically what you'd have to do is build up to a Hydro Pump and hopefully get that off and land it. If anything, you'll get a shield. So, yeah, it wasn't the best position before. Maybe if you had a Waterfall. But anyways, weather balling that thing out of here because quick moving it was just not looking so hot. Going to go ahead and get this Sludge Bomb off onto the Gyarados here. It's going to do a lot of damage getting that through. They're still holding on to their shields here. Really a brave soul. Going to go ahead and go for the Weather Ball to force the shield, but they're letting it go through. Wow, what a call there. And we're going to go ahead and shield up an Aqua Tail bait. Okay, that's fine. Going to bring in our Machamp and start farming. They got a Metagross back there. And I'm thinking, now where's my stinking, payback when I need it, right? But not like we were going to get a payback through right there. So going for another Cross Chop here. We were able to build up a little bit of energy before the Metagross was actually able to enter the battle. So that we do have that up on us, I guess. Going to be shielding up this Meteor Mash for sure. Getting off another Cross Chop here. I'm just like, please, Machamp, do it. This isn't going to KO, but the quick moves afterwards. Can we do it? Come on, lag. I was like, no, please. We're able to take it down. They're swapping, or they're going into the Gyarados. We're going to go instantly into our Roserade and go for the Weather Ball that we did build up. And we're taking the win yet again with the Roserade, putting in that work. All of them are putting in that work. Into the next battle here, we're met with another Excadrill. Let's go. And we got to wait. Maybe they're trying to catch. A lot of people like to do that, which is a good way to play, of course, to preserve your shield as well as your health, and catching it on something that's not very effective, like a Gyarados or a Dragonite. But they're going to stay in this fight here, waiting just a second longer to see, and it looks like they still want to stay in this fight. Do they want to double shield it? Hey, that sounds beautiful to me. Okay, we're going to go ahead and let this go through. We're going to go in here with our Machamp afterwards and put in some work. All right, so they're deciding to stay in here now. Unfortunately, we can't farm a bunch. Thought they may have wanted to swap there, but it looks like they're going to stay in here because it looks like they think they can farm. And what we're going to do is swap into our Gyarados. And this is a Rock Slide because there was no point in going for a Drill Run. And in comes their own Gyarados. But the thing is, it does have Waterfall, which is going to be resisted by us while we're doing neutral damage with the Dragon Breath. And not in a bad position at all, to be honest with you. So we're going to go ahead and let this go through. It is just an Aqua Tail, not able to KO, but they're able to farm a little bit extra here. Just thinking what I should do. I think maybe let's go with the Machamp and start farming up. We'll go ahead and shield that. The Excadrill is basically a goner anyways. And we're going to be loaded. No shields. What can really run from a Shadow Machamp with energy, with no shields? So let's see what they have going on here. I mean, a Togekiss would ruin our day. Because it wouldn't... I think, actually, no, we would have been able to because we have enough energy here. Yeah, we would have. So we're going to swap instantly and go for Weather Ball there. Catching them by surprise and taking them out. And they have that Excadrill in the back. We're just going to go in here with their Machamp and they do back out. We take the win. Looking good. Always loved that. Fantastic. Alrighty, keeping it going here. As you can see, we're just running into these legends left and right because that's about the range that we're in here now. So we're met with a regular Machamp. And this battle is kind of interesting. Obviously, a Dazzling Gleam would feel a lot more better, to be honest with you. But it does take quite a bit of energy, so it's a little obvious sometimes that you're going for that. They did let that go through. And we're getting hit by a Cross Chop bait, and we did not shield, so that's great. The unfortunate part is, the counter and the Cross Chop damage is starting to add up. Even though it's resisted, we're not invincible, and we're a little bit squishy, even though we're 50. And they're going for another one and swapping to catch the Weather Ball with the Gyarados, like we described. That was a well played move there, Miss Legend. So we're going to go ahead and swap into our own Gyarados. This is a Waterfall, so we're looking good, right? We already know the situation. Neutral damage, not very effective. Fantastic. Getting that crunch off here. This is more than likely an Outrage because, like we described, if you got Waterfall, you're going with an Outrage, and there you go. We've taken an Outrage before. We already know we can take it quite nicely. There's no snap. There is no snap, what the heck. And going for the Aqua Tail onto that Magnezone. This is great. They're not able to farm too much here. Now I'm like, what should I do? I mean, we're in a good position. I can go in here with the Roserade, make them waste their energy, and just demolish their team with the Machamp. We're surviving. I was like thinking to myself, watch, I survive, and then I did, and I laughed, and then got that off, and then we swap, and yeah, it's all looking great here. Shielding this up, no problem. Going for that Wild Charge, and I got to give it to them. They're staying in this fight, even though they know it's a loss here. That's cool. Some people just back out in a rage, which if you do that, that's perfectly fine if you want to back out. I mean, still going to be a win, right? So we're looking great here, and this is where it started to take a little bit of a dip. A little bit of a dip, folks. So take a good look. 2984. You like that? Yeah, because you guys know I'm just complete trash, right? It's just a magic miracle that we were able to get to this point, right? All right. Anyways, on to the next battle. We're up against this Swampert here. We're actually getting a shield with our Sludge Bomb. And I want you to take a look. We're going to let this go through. And if you have the same team, or should I say the same move, or same situation when this does come back around Ultra Premier, or you're going up against a Swampert, it still does good damage. Unfortunately, they swap to catch it with their Dragonite, but that sounds good to me because it is neutral damage and it's doing a bunch, and we'll take it. So we're going to go ahead and go into our Gyarados here, and we're just simply going to farm down. Yeah. Well, why would we get off a charge move? All right, so we are up a shield, and, you know, both of our Pokemon, 2 of our Pokemon are in the yellow. And we're going to go ahead and go for the Aqua Tail here onto that Togekiss because, well, you know, Dark is not very effective. Putting in some work. Togekiss can be a problem for this team if it's in the back. Roserade is the primary defense against it, and it does a very good job too. But obviously Machamp is going to be taking a lot, and at that Shadow form, it's taking a lot of damage from the Charm. Gyarados, it doesn't really have the moves and is not too equipped to go up against it. It can really wear it down over time, but it's still not a good position. Nonetheless, we did pull out of this, and we're looking fine here. Up against this Swampert, we're simply going to shield everything it has and just farm it down here. This is a little unfortunate, but it doesn't really matter. This is their last Pokemon going for the Hydro, and we just simply counter down. Okay, folks, we have the last battle. If you did enjoy this, give it a thumbs up. Let's go, and yes, we will. Well, hopefully we'll hit Legend. I'm confident that we possibly may, but you never know. Nothing is for certain, so I can't say we will hit it. All right, I'll say there's a good possibility. You see my score? We're literally rock throw away from hitting it. I mean, we're pretty much there. After our bad sets, where did we drop? I'm not going to disclose that number of where I'm exactly at right now. I don't want any particular people out there knowing, so they can maybe get their second account to maybe align with mine. They watch a video of teams I'm using and they get a good understanding of what I may have. And yes, there's people out there who do these things, okay? So we're going to go ahead and go in with our Roserade here up against this Togekiss. It's perfectly fine. We're simply going to shield this up. Now, hopefully what I do here is don't go for the Sludge Bomb instantly. Okay, but they swap, so there's really... And that was a mistake. Okay, now, I should have went for a Weather Ball first, but yeah, they're hitting that Grass Knot, doing so much damage to the Shadow Machamp. Roserade's attack is very nice. All right, it's not just because we're Shadow, but the Roserade in general is just a strong Pokemon. People thought it was such a garbage community day, but look at here we're at. Look at this, and then it's also doing good in raids as well. So I wanted to farm down. We got a little bit of a backfire here using our last shield, and we're not looking the best. So what we're going to do is try to bait here. We're going to go for that Weather Ball. Well, it doesn't matter at this point. It really doesn't. We have so much, and we basically have 3 Weather Balls, and that we're just going to go for those. We get the shield, we get to another one, and it's simple as that. It's over. We took the win. And like I said, if you did enjoy this video, give it a big thumbs up. Let's get it. Thanks for watching, and take care.